Hi everyone. What you see here is a mix 50-50 meat, 50% ground beef, 50% plant-based. Is it any good? I don't know. I saw it in the store. The 2 packs you see are about 1.25 pounds. So I grabbed some ground beef. We're going to try a couple dishes. We're going to see how it works, if it's any good, and how does it taste. So right off the bat, I've got 2 bowls. So in the one closest to us, I'm going to rip out one of the packages, which is about 2/3 of a pound. And I can kind of feel a difference between the two. The ground beef came out a little easier, and you can see there is a difference in color. So in the container I cracked an egg because the first thing we're going to make to try is meatballs. Figured that's something fairly simple. I got 1 egg to hold everything together. Dummy me should have put in 1 egg each, but I didn't. I mixed it up and tried to put a half an egg in. Hindsight, the best foresight. It wouldn't have killed it to put an egg in each. So there you go. I've evened out the egg as much as I can. Hopefully that's enough to bind our meatballs together. Now to that, just because it is a meatball, I tried to go easy on it, but those are some homemade breadcrumbs. Not even a half a cup. I didn't want to spoil the flavor. I mean, I know what regular ground beef meatballs taste like, but I wanted to make sure I could tell the difference. So that is some chopped up green onions just to give it a little taste, little different color. And of course now we're going to combine all that together into our meatballs. I did not put any salt and pepper in these. You could if you'd like, if you're going to try the same thing. We've got them all mixed together, both. Now we're going to make some meatballs. The consistency is thicker than ground beef. And by thicker, I mean it still rolls close to the same. It just didn't seem as malleable. It wasn't as gooey. But they still rolled into meatballs, as you can see here. With the 2/3 50-50, I made 12 meatballs. They weren't huge by any standards, but they're the kind of size I like. Next up comes our regular ground beef. And I made these lots of times, so I know how they should turn out. And the measurement wasn't exact. I only had what was in the freezer bag. So I know it was a little less than a pound. And I may have made the meatballs a little bigger than the other ones. So I only ended up with 10 for this one. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, I had a harder time mushing them together than I did the 50-50 mix. And by not hard, it was just, it took a little more effort to mush them all together. And with a little effort, we get ourselves a nice, well, I got to make sure they're nice and even. We end up with 10 nice looking regular ground beef meatballs. And we're going to get them over to the frying pan and fry them. But first off, we got to finish our other pack of meat. Pretty straightforward. We're going to make 2 burgers each. First one was a ground beef. And of course, you can see more clearly this way the 2 patties that are the 50-50. They don't look quite as hamburgery. A little salt, a little pepper. and they're going to go on the grill, and we're going to see how they grill up, thanks to my daughter who's going to do the barbecuing. Over to our frying pan, just a little bit of oil, tablespoon, and in go our meatballs, all of them. And because of the color difference, I could tell which was which. Now I did notice as I was frying them up, the 50-50 for some reason seemed to stay together a little better. It wasn't nearly as crumbly. So there you go, there's our meatballs ready to go. And we're going to put them aside till our burgers are done. But I also made a mix to put on top of the meatballs once we're done tasting them. And that's a mix of honey, Diana sauce, and garlic. If you like honey garlic sauce, that's what we're going to use. And it's good. To the grill we go, and Abby is throwing on our 4 burgers. And obviously they take, the right amount of time. She's trying to take them away from the hot spots. And I said, just give them a good cook. See how they hold together. The 50-50 pretty well is as good as the burgers, although the ground beef burgers, you can see here that they do shrink a little more. I guess that's to be expected. So there's our burgers done. We'll get them off the grill and get them in buns. They look good. I can't wait to try them. Well, there's our meatballs with our sauce that we made. Good to give a try. And there's our burgers. And yes, you can see the difference. Now the taste test, you can tell the difference, but we all agreed that even though you could tell the difference, it wasn't even enough to say, no, I wouldn't do this. They were both just as tasty. The 50-50 was a little bit different, but not enough to say, hey, I'll never buy them. And price-wise, it worked out to about $1.66 a pound compared to $2.99 I normally pay for lean ground beef when it's on sale, of course. That's not a bad deal, and it was easy to work with. Now, wasn't this something cool to try? I thought so. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll give it a try. If you do, leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Ring the bell. That'll tell you the next time I upload a video. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.